Hey everyone, welcome into the Arena Productions, and in this video we're diving into a spoiler-filled recap and review of Star Trek Prodigy Season 2 Episode 7 titled The Fast and the Curious. If you haven't watched the episode yet, I highly recommend pausing this video, heading over to Netflix and catching up on Episode 7, as well as the entire second season. You don't want to spoil the fun for yourself. So now, before we get into the details, I want to let you know that I'm trying to stick to a schedule of one episode per week for these recaps and reviews until we finish up with the second season. However, this one took a little extra time to get up onto the YouTube channel here because I had some hardware issues last week that got in the way of creating videos. But I'm back on track now, so let's jump right into it. So the episode starts with our crew feeling a bit cramped and irritable as they embark on what is supposed to be a 61-day journey to a spiral nebula aboard the Infinity. Things are already tense, with the kids starting to get on each other's nerves, and Pog breaking the sonic toilet doesn't help matters at all. In a bold move to save time, the crew decides to take a shortcut through an abandoned Borg transwarp conduit. Unsurprisingly, this risky decision backfires when a mysterious device latches onto the ship, dragging them down to a stinky planet. Instead of encountering the Borg, they find themselves facing the Kazon, bringing back some unsettling memories. And the crew is quickly captured, except for Zero and Murph, who manage to hide. They're brought before the Mage, a Kazon leader, who seems to be a bit unhinged. He demands a hefty tribute, gold-pressed latinum. Dal, ever the bold one, nearly escalates the situation, but Gwyn steps in with a more diplomatic approach. The Mage offers them a chance to win their freedom if they can beat his pilot in a race. So this leads to an intense race with Dal and Pog in one skiff and Gwyn and Rock in another, speeding through a perilous course filled with lava pools and narrow gates. Dal, driven by his ego, ignores Gwyn's advice to work together, even going as far as to sabotage her pod, which nearly causes her serious harm. Meanwhile, Zero and Murph discover that this racing outpost is more of a death trap than anything else, filled with a graveyard of ships that never made it out. The race itself turns into chaos when Dal and Pog collide with the leading ship, causing both to crash. Gwyn and Rock, recognizing the dire situation, exit the race to help their friends. And as they explore the wreckage, they discover that all the other pilots are robots, and so are the guards. Things take a turn when Zero and Murph are caught by Ekthi, a Mage who turns out to be under the control of a mind-manipulating chip. Once they remove it, Ekthi regains his senses and reveals that a malevolent AI has been controlling the entire operation. So this AI, frustrated by its creator's limitations, has been pulling ships out of the conduit to recruit new pilots, but none have been able to reach their full potential. As the AI tries to take control of Murph to capture the crew, Zero bravely sacrifices their robotic limbs to destroy the AI's core, ultimately saving everyone. So the crew manages to escape and resumes their journey on the Infinity, shaken but closer than ever as a team. However, the episode ends on a mysterious note, with time seemingly stopping as Hollow Gwyn is taken by strange tentacles, leaving everyone else unaware of what just happened. But before I dive into my thoughts on the episode, I want to take a moment to ask all of you, if you're enjoying this content, please hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you don't miss out on our next Star Trek episode recap in the Warp Factor 10 playlist, as well as all of our other content we have over here on the Arena Productions. So now let's talk about my thoughts on this episode. The Fast and the Curious delivers a solid action-packed adventure. It's very much in the spirit of the Fast and Furious franchise, but with a Star Trek twist. The episode might seem like a simple standalone adventure on the surface, but it actually provides some significant character development, especially for Dal. Dal's reckless behavior, driven by his hubris, is a key focus here. So we see him starting to confront his flaws, particularly after the race goes disastrously wrong. His decision to hand off his log to Gwyn at the end is a clear indication that he's beginning to recognize her as the true leader of the group. which is a big step for his character. Zero's role as the hero of the episode was a highlight for me. The way they rallied to save the crew by taking down the AI, even at great personal cost, was incredibly powerful. It really drove home the theme of teamwork and sacrifice that's at the heart of Star Trek. As for the episode's pacing, music, and design, everything continues to be top-notch, even surpassing the already high standards set by the first season. The return of familiar Trek elements, like the Kazon and Borg transwarp conduits, adds a layer of nostalgia for longtime fans while still being accessible for newer viewers. And I also enjoyed the little details that stood out, like Murph's penchant for burpees and Gwyn showing off her Klingon language skills. These moments, along with the introduction of the sonic toilet to Trek canon, add a fun touch of world building that enriches the overall experience. So overall, The Fast and the Curious is another strong entry in Star Trek Prodigy's second season. It may not push the overarching plot forward much, but it offers some great character moments and thrilling action. And that mysterious ending, it definitely has me eager to see what's coming next, and of course I'll be talking about it in upcoming recaps and reviews. So thanks for watching, and be sure to leave your thoughts on the episode in the comments, and I can't wait to hear what you all think. So until next time, live long and prosper, and have a great week, everyone. Peace out.